Hello, this video presentation is on finding equations using sums and differences of roots. First of all, what is a root? Basically, the root is nothing more than the solution to an equation. That has been set equal to 0. For instance, 0 equals x squared minus 5x plus 6. The solution is called the roots. So let's solve this equation, and we're going to see something very interesting. So 0 equals x minus 3, x minus 2, and we get x minus 3 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0, and x equals 3 or 2. The roots are 3 and 2. And we could do this for any equation, but when we look at the original equation, look at the number 3 and 2, the sum of those roots, 3 plus 2 is 5, and I notice I have 5 right there, but a minus. The product, I said sum and difference, I meant sum and product. This should be product up here. The product of the roots, 3 times 2, is 6, which shows up right here. So this is the opposite of the sum, and this is the product. Let's look at one more just to make sure that this works. Okay, here's one more equation. Again, we're going to factor it. X and x, negative, so minus and plus, minus 7 plus 2, negative 7 plus 2, negative 5. So x minus 7 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0, x is 7, or x is negative 2. So my roots are 7 and negative 2. The sum of these roots, 7 plus negative 2, is 5. Notice that we have the opposite of 5 here. The product is 7 times negative 2, which equals negative 14, and in fact we have minus 14 here. So in general, with the quadratic equation, we have x squared minus the sum of the roots times x plus the product of the roots. Well, it's very easy. If I look at an equation, 0 equals x squared minus 6x plus 9. The sum of my roots is the opposite of this number, opposite of negative 6, which is 6, and the product of my roots is this number right here. Product is 9. You look at the equation, you got it right away. Not a problem. All right. Likewise, we're going to be able to use this to find equations. This is the neat thing. Find the equation, the quadratic equation, whose roots are -3 and -4. So the sum is -7. The product is +12. Our equation, remember, this is where you're going to get in trouble. Got to have a 0 there. Equals x squared minus the sum times x plus the product. So 0 equals x squared minus -7 plus 7 plus 12, my product. All right, our roots are -3 and 4, -3 and -4. Let's do one where the roots are 5 and -1. The sum is 4. The product is -5. 0 equals x squared minus the sum, minus 4x, plus the product, which is -5. And we're done. Easy, easy. Can't really get much easier than this. And you could spend the rest of your life factoring equations like this, and you would find the same thing. It's always going to happen in this form. All right? We're going to look at what happens when, for the sum and the product, when the coefficient is not 1. But today we're just going to look at the coefficient being 1. All right, I hope this makes sense. Tomorrow we'll find some equations and look at equations and find some products, we'll look at some roots and find equations. I think I said that right. Also, just to give you a heads up, we are really near the end of the unit, probably 5 or 6 more class days, and we will have our test. All right, take care. Adios.